Hey guys, Green Irene here. Listen, if I lose you on this broadcast because my signal was great, but it doesn't seem to be so great anymore. If I lose you on the broadcast, I will be right back, but I will be at Info with Kim only because I'm having an issue with a live broadcasting signal here. Lately, I think the more the trees fill in, the harder it gets for me to get a live signal out. So what have I got on tap for us tonight? Toking, talking, and painting. Because you know what, I've been going crazy and I kind of ran out of things to, I ran out of time. There seems to be more there seems to be more activity in my day than there is time. Holy shit. Yeah, I need sugar. I really, really do. Okay. How's everybody doing? Oh, you know what? I want to get over to the comment section because hi. Wes, Ginger, Ron, peace train, everybody. Okay, so what are we going to do today? Well, you know what? Right now, I'm making a jungle out of a stump in the, cut down tree. There's a stump left over. Everybody I know right now is turning these stumps into little gnome houses. And I thought about doing that, making a little gnome village, but I like to do things differently. And so I started making my monkeys. So actually, give me 10 seconds. I'm going to go grab one of my monkeys so you can see what I'm talking about. And I'm going to make one for you tonight. And if you guys want to follow, because it's really easy to do, you guys can certainly find yourself a rock at the beach and do your own. Give me 2 seconds. 2 and 2, guys. Okay. Okay, so they don't have to be big rocks. As you can see, this one fits in my hand, and this guy's called Jack. So that's Jack. Okay, and Jack is sitting on top of the stump, and he has plants. This guy's called Zach, and he's just a little guy. But you guys kind of get the idea. And you know what? I'm going to show you how to make them tonight. Really easy to do. Don't need to run across the yard again. I can sit right here and put those away after. All right, so you guys ready? Hey, Ryan, a couple of new names. Doug, hey, good to see ya. Ryan, Ginger, okay, cool. Okay, and what have I got on tap? Oh, you know what? I found a new strain that I really, really like. It's become my new go-to favorite. As y'all know, I like skunk #1, and I grew Afghani. I'm a big fan of Afghani Kush. I found Super Skunk. Super Skunk is a cross strain hybrid of skunk #1 and Afghani. Woohoo! Michelle, yay! Peace Train 2021, girl. All right, so we're painting rocks. Best kind of rock for an ape or a monkey. This kind of shape of rock, fantastic for anything. You can turn this into a bunny, you can turn it into a cat, you can turn it into a dolphin, you can turn it into all kinds of things. The best part about it is it has a flat bottom. Anything that has a flat bottom, it's a great rock to work with. We're not going to turn him into a monkey because that's going to be something else later. These guys are my favorite for making monkeys because see how it's got kind of a, okay, we have the flat bottom. We also have a flat bottom here. So see how it's kind of a wedge-shaped rock? But it also has a nice round top part, and then the bottom comes like this, like a teardrop. So he would make a great monkey. We might use him tonight. Actually, we probably will, just because I can see him in there already. But here's another one that you can use. I know I'm sitting here talking rocks. Hey, Susan, how you doing? Hello, Steve. Glad you could make it. Hi. Okay. This is also a great rock for making a monkey, and I know it may not look like it because it's got this whole funky thing happening. This would actually make any number of really cool animals. Where the bottom is nice and flat, you can turn it around this way. get a nice little head shape happening there. You could turn it into a dog or a cat by making your head and your ears here, making this the back part of your body, wrapping your legs around and the front paws curled, tucked under. So that would make a cool monkey, but we're going to work on this one tonight. Okay, some of the other ones, these guys are super easy. Once you see how the big one's done, you'll understand how all the little ones are really easily done. Okay, first important part. I got all my paints ready a little bit ahead of time. For the monkeys, I use a lot of browns. You can use black and white. If you want to do like apes, you can make grays and all the rest. You get the idea. Focus, Irene. Okay, sugar. Haha. Tangerines. Sorry, guys. Okay. So I got all my browns. I'm using the browns that I have. I will use whatever I have, right? Okay. There's things like natural beige is very important. A light brown, I got tan. A cinnamon brown, like a reddish brown. Burnt umber, so I have 2 reddish browns. And a dark brown, like a coffee or an espresso, something nice and dark. And black. We also want white, which I didn't put out yet. Okay. And then this here is just a mixture of whatever paints were left over, and you'll understand what those are for after, and we'll deal with this guy when we get to him. So the very first thing you want to do is make sure that all the crud's off your rock. Easy enough to do, easy breezy. I have black right here. I'm going to add a whole lot of water to that black. And then I'm going to, oh, are you kidding me? No. Fortunately, because I'm using dark colors, it doesn't, it's not super fussy. The reason for base coating with the water, is it 710 yet? I need a puff. I'm not used to painting without a puff, guys. This is kind of new to me. Make a Roddy. You know what, Michelle? I would love to make you a Roddy. And if I get my own way this year and we get to take a bike ride out west, I will bring you some rocks for your gardens. Ginger, you know, there's a couple of rocks coming your way. I can't mail them. And Michelle, future reference, I will try when after I've practiced a Roddy a couple of times, I will do one on video for you. I will actually do your rock on video. How's that? That would be fun. You know what I did the other day? I attempted to do my nails with the camera going. Oh my God, what a fuck up that was. I'm getting better at doing the gels, but you know, it's definitely an art, and the nail technicians and that work in the salon, they earn every dollar they make, because, oh God, I don't know that I could do it full time or day after day after day, or person after person, hand after hand. Doing my own is a chore in and of itself, and I get really quite cranky about it because they don't turn out always the way I like them to. And yeah, I'm fussy. All right, so as you can see, I got this guy basically base coated. I'm not really super worried about it being all uniform or no pack or anything like that. And the reason that I'm base coating him is this black, watered down black in the background is going to soak in, but it's also going to give me some shadow marks where I want them without me having to paint them in. So it's kind of, it's a sort of, it's a really lazy version of a technique I learned during doing ceramic painting that was called dry brushing. So we'd paint the ceramic all black, and then you would load up your brush with paint, take most of the paint off, and then go over the elevated parts very, very lightly and swiftly, called dry brushing. And so all the black in behind gave the shadow. It was beautiful. I think first there was a paint bong contest, then there's a paint night coming up soon, and now there's painting rocks tonight. Consider myself. Do you know what? The therapeutic benefits of anything artistic or crafty. Gardening is a very artistic thing. Painting, crafting. I wish I could take my computer around with me, but I will definitely lose signal if I do. But I'd love to show you some of the artwork I've been doing in the yard, and it's just working with nature. So I've just picked up, some of the wild forget-me-nots, and I've stuffed them into some old broken down tree trunks sort of thing, and gotten some wild ferns happening in there, and kind of made it look a little jungle-like. Put a couple of logs like this guy up, and I'll be gnoming him up later. Woohoo! Guess what, guys? 710! Happy 710, everybody. Spark 'em. This girl's got Super Skunk on tap. Check it out. Yay! Yay! Okay. Happy 710, everybody. Okay, so pictures, please. Oh, absolutely. Love doing ceramics the other day. You know what? I love doing ceramics. I really did enjoy it back in the day. I had a ceramic shop for a while. Damn, that's nice, right? Okay, so now that we got this little guy on there, and he's still a little bit wet, but it's not a big deal. What I want to do is I want to get where the parts and pieces are going to go put on him. Painting rocks is so easy. So Ron, if you decide to take up a hobby and you try your hand at painting, you really can't screw up with rocks. One of the cool things with rocks is try and paint something of nature, like a squirrel or a raccoon. And as long as you get one portion of the animal really good, like if you get part of the face really good or their back end really good, if you get one portion, you can fill the rest in with grass and hide all the boo-boos, so that say I'm not an artist. Just a personal technique. It didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, then I covered it up with grass or leaves. Okay, so I need my little chalk pencil. That's something that you will find quite invaluable. I know I do. I got my paint thing turned the wrong way here, guys. All right. Okay. A chalk pencil, it's an invaluable tool. You find it at any construction store. If you got a lime in your neighborhood, make your own lime rock or soapstone rock. I use it to sketch out. So I'm going to show you how I sketch this out. First thing I'm going to do is figure out where I want her face to be. And I'm going to guess that I want her face right here. I think she's going to be a little girl. Okay. Now, so I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I don't know. It doesn't look like you can from here. I'm going to finish doing it, and then I will show you with the paint, because that will definitely show up. But I got to get my first lines in, okay? So I'm going to, actually, I don't want her face there. And haha, and that's why the paint being wet doesn't matter. Because when you're putting your chalk lines in, if it doesn't work, smush that paint around and hide those chalk lines. All right, let's try this again. There you go, right there. Okay, to make a monkey face, what you want to do is the top part of the face is you make a heart, except normally where you would bring the heart down to a point, you don't. You stop right about there. So you don't bring it right to the point. And let me grab my, wow, guys, and I thought I was freaking organized. I lied. Where the hell do all my brushes go? Did I not bring them out? That's stupid. All right. Well, we're going to be working with, oh, there you go. There's a nice little one to work with. Okay. So I'm just going to work with a little one here. But I just want you to see what I mean by the heart. Just like so. And you know what? There is all kinds of really cool YouTube videos. People like making little gnomes. They're so easy. And again, you can cover them up with grass and leaves wherever you screw up. So what I was saying about the heart, okay, and I'll fill this in as we go, but I just want you to see what I mean. So can you guys see that? So it's just the top part of the heart. I didn't bring that down, because for there, what I want to do now is I want to make like a circle here. Okay. And believe it or not, that is the most important and probably the hardest part of making this monkey or gorilla or ape or whatever. Here, I'm just using peach, but you can use a really, really, really light tan if you want. You can use just whatever, just use something lighter than what you want the fur to be, right? You want it to stand out. So common sense, I guess. All right. So you guys see her face? It's a heart with a circle. Okay. I'm telling you, this does not get complicated. Except when my joint goes out, that's complicated. Okay, where are we at? Hey, Kim, haven't seen Kimberly. How? Oh, Kimberly, Caroline, hi, puff, puff, cheers, yes. Georgian Bay, Penetang, Tiny Township, LaFontaine, Midland, all the north. It's just beautiful. It's a mixture of soft and hardwoods. I happen to be right beside a crest right now, so there's all kinds of wonderful trilliums that have blossomed in the bush, and I mean, just everything's popping. Everything is popping. It's spring. Summer is here. It's around the corner. Okay, so you guys see where I got his face. Now, she's also going to need ears. These are fun. They're really easy. It's a little swoop. Can you guys see that? It's a swoop. Okay. And the other one, it's literally a swoop. It's kind of like, want to see what I mean? Okay. All right. All righty. Now I got to put approximately where I want her hands. And I decided she's going to be playing with her feet because of the way it all gets all scrunched up. So there's one hand. And now her hands are in place. You guys see, get the idea? She's got like her hands down. Okay. Because she's going to sit up against my tree in the jungle like this. And she's going to be looking over the edge of one of these things like this. She'll have a hosta behind her, and she'll be looking over the edge like this at where the staircase comes up the side of the tree. What do you think? You guys get the idea? Okay. This is really good. Super skunk. Okay. I'm going to put some flesh back at the back here because that's where her back feet will be. But I'm not really worried about them because they're going to be hidden in by the hosta, like the plant and the earth and stuff. So maybe just a little bit to show that, you know what, there's sort of feet there. So see, I just kind of, there's sort of feet there. So when you're looking at it, you guys get the idea. Oops, you guys get the idea. Okay, carry on, Irene. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a dark brown, and I'm going to outline her arms, her shoulders or arms. I'm going to outline her more or less back legs if I was looking through this way. And the reason I'm using a dark brown is because, again, it will be shadowed. And I'll show you what I've got here. And again, I really do not, I'm not a person who gets freaked out by perfection when it comes to painting the rocks. I do this to relax, unwind. I find painting great meditation. And painting and puffing, my favorite sport. Perfect. Okay, so as you see, and all I'm doing right now is I am just blocking in these spots because I'll put all the detail of the fur in after the fact. So I just want you guys to see where I'm going with this. I need some black. I kind of screwed up a bit there. Oh, guess what? It is 4:20 West Coast and I'm still on this. Happy 4:20, everybody. I'm still on my first one. Holy shit, I must be yipping away. All right. Happy 4:20. Woohoo, I still got the same one going. I got another one though. I do. Oh, watch. Hold on, because I knew I'd have two. I smoked 2 joints and then I smoked 2 more. All right. Focus. Okay. You guys see how I'm getting the arms in? Right? Okay. So you see, and I'm just blocking it in. Hey, Dave. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Steve, Ginger. All right. So we got her body blocked in. I'm going to block in her head a little bit. Like so. Now again, the hardest part of the monkey, of any animal really, is probably its face, right? I do a lot of monkeys because they're easy. I can get a lot done in a day when I want to build a little jungle village like I did like I am back here. Now that my face has mostly dried, I'm going to mix a little bit of the light tan with a little bit of the flush. And I'm going to pat those colors in, and I don't want them to be uniform at all. Around this part, the bridge of the nose, I'm going to try and leave a little more lightened. So I want you to see how sloppy I do this, because it's not, I do it sloppy because it turns out better for me. I've watched YouTube artists show you exactly how, do it and show you exactly how to move the brush, and they're beautiful at it, but I can't duplicate their effort. And this is a Santan sash. It's Toke, puff and paint, toke and talk. All right, and giggle a lot. When I get to around his mouth where I want there to be a little extra shadow, I'm going to go a little more tan. Ouch. Mosquitoes are out. All right. I'm going to go a little darker around the bridge of her face, or the outline of her face. Okay, so you guys see where I got to with that? Okay. Now, the hands should be dry. Pretty damn close to it while the face dries. I'm going to work on the hands. I need my other brush. Darn it. Okay. Brushes are important, yes, especially when you're painting on canvas. When you're painting on rocks, I'm not doing anything fancy. They're a seasonal craft. So all of my brushes, when they aren't good enough for my canvases anymore, that's when they come out here and end up on my rocks. What I'm going to do is, with my hands, the very first thing I want to do is outline the fingers. So I'm going to take some of that black water and mix it with the dark brown. And I want a little more black than what I got there. And you'll see in a minute. Okay, so Am I making faces? All right. I just want you guys to see this. I'm putting in kind of hairy sort of background shadows. And that's all I'm doing is I'm just really kind of cutting in shadows of where the fingers more or less should be. Right? You get the idea, right? So again, when she's sitting there on the edge of that log, looking over, right? Okay. How we doing? Oh, am I out again? Mother. All right. My face isn't quite dry yet, so I'm going to shadow in some of the arm hair, just like so, giving it a little bit of texture so that when I put fur in there later, I have kind of a, what do you call that? Almost like a three-dimensional colors, you know, there's depth to the colors without getting all fancy. All right. The face isn't dry yet. Still not dry, damn it. All right, see where we're at, guys? Sorry, I don't mean to. Oh, such an awesome energy to be. Thanks, Ron. Thanks. You know what? I really enjoy these. I look forward to this. This is my social time. This is my, hey, everybody, reach out and get in tune with the rest of the world, right? I avoid television now that I'm not with Papa anymore. Papa is in the new home. He settled in. He's no longer under quarantine to his room. So he's able to go out and explore the grounds and stuff. And so he can't say for sure that he's like loving the place because he's not engaging in all the activities because of lockdown, right? But he is appreciating the efforts of all of the staff that is up there. And he really likes the people and the fact that they remind him about his meds so he doesn't have to remember, you know, and Gray Owl, that's his cat, she's taken her sweet old time getting used to the place. She's not getting comfy so easily. But hey, she's a 17-year-old cat. Okay, so my face is almost dry, and I added in a little bit of fur, right? Can you guys see that okay? I don't. Okay, so you guys get where we're going, right? Okay. Now, all I did was just mix up some of my, and not anything in particular, sorry, I wasn't paying that close of attention, but just some of my lighter, like my tan and my beige and my, what's it called? Yeah, my natural beige. So just my, is it tan? Might not even be tan. Yeah, it's called cashmere tan. Cashmere tan. Cashmere tan. Okay, you guys get the idea. Okay, it's just. So that's the other thing too. I never ever. Okay, I give up on that beast. We ready? Here's my 420. I'm a little late, but better late than never. All right. So I am a waste not, want not person. I don't like to waste, and I like to use. I will use whatever I have and make it work for what I want it to do. I work with things within my environment, and I don't like to throw away paint. So sometimes you get down to about this much paint left in your jar, and it ends up, you know, you're going to need a whole jar for the next project, or, and anyway, you end up with this little bit of paint. For painting rocks, these paints are great. Amongst other things, you just fill them up with water, shake the crap out of them. When you got a little bit left and you think, hey, I'd like to make that a little bit darker, this is a mixture. This is like a Heinz 57 of colors. But this is all the browns and the whites and the beiges and water, a lot of water. And there's a little bit left. And tonight I will add a little bit more of something to it, probably to achieve a color that I want. I use up 99% of my craft material. And I'm a junkie for saving shit because I like to do really crafty stuff. You guys ever watch Dipley videos? They are fantastic. And When I slow down long enough to figure out how to use StreamYard properly, I'll be able to show you one or two of the videos that I collect throughout the week. You're playing in the dirt today. Yay, Ginger. I was doing that yesterday. See? Yep. Yeah. Okay. So, our face is dry. Okay. This is where color sort of starts to matter. It's very important. And I'm telling you, when I first painted my first monkey, I thought I was reading the instructions wrong. I thought it was a misprint, but it turns out, as you saw from my monkeys, they're pretty good, right? Okay. You're going to take a reddish brown. I'm using burnt sienna, but the best one to use is red brick. I just don't have it. I have a brand new jar, which I'm saving for some of my Christmas decorations. So I'm going to use the burnt sienna on my monkeys. Okay. And now drawing this in perfectly. Okay, yeah, I can't even say it. I can't say it without giggling. The truth is, this doesn't have to be perfect at all. In fact, you kind of want it to not be perfect because you're dealing with facial features, and none of us have perfect facial features, right? So start with a dot somewhere in the middle, and then just kind of squish your brush out a little bit like that, okay? Load your brush. That means get your paint on it. Put the dot in the center about where you want the eyeball, and then just give it a little wiggle out. And once they're about even in size, more or less, give or take, say like so. Okay? And I know it looks alien or zombie-ish, but I promise it doesn't stay that way. And the next couple of steps are really easy, and that's all it is. It's about technique. Okay. That same paint is what's going to give me the creases in the lips to give my lips a little more definition, but I need both hands. So I'm going to look like a hillbilly redneck here for a minute going, cigarette hanging out of my mouth. It's joy. I smoked 2 joints and then I smoked 2 more. Okay. So there, I'm going to go from the nose. I'm going to angle it out and I'm going to come down. You see what I just did there? Oh, can you see that line? Okay, that's kind of the start of a definition line. Even though it sort of looks like really out of place at the moment, it's not going to continue to look out of place. And when the rest of stuff is in, it'll all make sense. Okay, I know we're painting the shadows first. We're kind of doing things ass backwards. It's also how I work. You guys get it? Okay. Yeah, it really is that simple. Okay. Don't freak out. It's not as bad as it looks. Because I don't have a super fine paintbrush with me, I'm going to use some toothpicks just to get that really fine line that I want. And I'm literally just rolling it in black paint. See? Okay. And I'm going to paint in my mouth. And now that I got it, I'm going to add to it. Can you guys see that? The mouth? Okay. Nostrils, really hard to do. Get a brush that's kind of bent a little bit and worked out of shape. Don't clean the reddish or brownish or whatever other color you have in it, as long as it's a darken from this. Okay, get it so it's got a little bit of a work to it. And you literally just touch a nostril and touch a nostril. Should look like a little teardrop. Okay, so I touched up a little bit just so you guys can see. Do you see the monkey that's forming? She's cute, right? All right. See those eyeballs dry? In the meantime, I'm going to add a couple of darker fur hairs around, and then I'll show you what I've done. I had already started to do it there and realized I was jumping ahead on you guys. So, ladies who are used to putting on a little bit of blush, this is, you kind of want to blush them with fur. Gentlemen, if I assume, and sorry, that's not fair, but you may or may not have worked with blush for whatever reason. And again, so it's whatever fur, it's like putting blush on. And then when you're doing the eyebrows on anything, it's like putting on mascara. Yeah, as you guys know, I don't wear a lot of makeup. That doesn't mean I don't apply it once in a while. And I've been known to apply it more than liberally in the past as even probably a teenager, like most of us. Okay, so just okay. You guys are gonna like this, I think, anyway. All right, so you can see how I've just, and you saw how I poked, okay? And there's where we're at, okay? You guys got it? I know, right? It's easy. I'm not, I kid you not. I lie not to you. I'm gonna relight my joint. Those eyes aren't dry yet. Probably put on a little bit too much paint, which, although it won't hurt, it will cost us time. So I'm just gonna take off some of that paint. Hey, yeah, so the table I'm working on outside, it's old, it's been around for a while, it's been repainted, and it's gonna be a project that I'll be filming, and you guys will find it on my YouTube channel this fall when I'm done working on it. Right now it's being covered by something that I picked up. Oh, the blush that I'm using, or the dark red that I was using around the eyeball, you'll see how I touched up around the eyeballs and I put like a couple little splashes. I really am literally, because I took some of the wet paint that was still in there and I kind of just splashed it around to give a little bit of depth, you know, and blend in some of these facial features. Okay? All right. Now we're going to do the eyes. I'm going to relight again. Yeah, I know, right? What the fuck? And the mosquitoes are coming, so I got to hurry up. All right. Now we need the white that I didn't do earlier. I did take it out, though. Good girl. All right. Little squish. And yes, the clean brush does matter now, because it's the light of the eyeballs. And I know, I'm doing everything else backwards. And what? I've done it this way before. All right, so I'm loading up my brush with white, and I'm literally going into the center of that dot and making a circle. And I know, it looks possessed. It won't stay that way, I promise you. I just moved the paint around a little bit, made it a little more even. Okay. I'm going to work a little more on his fur. I'm going to add legs in his back and the bottom in there. Yep. And that's the back leg. And there's the chest in there. Chest in there, and it kind of folds back into there, and then those feet come out down here. Right. Okay, cool. Gonna add a little more highlight in there while those eyeballs dry. Let's put some hair in there and there, and all I'm doing is just tick 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 tick. That's it. Okay. And it doesn't look very nice at first. That's kind of what it. Can you guys see that? Oh, there we go. Can you guys see that? Yeah, so it doesn't look very nice at first, but it ultimately all blends in. It's just the different layers and just finding different textures and not trying to make it perfect, enjoying it. And this is why smoking a joint makes it such fun meditation. I remember when I was sick in bed, I watched this guy on YouTube, and you guys have probably all seen him, and he's Bob something or other, and he does these really cool landscape paintings, and he's awesome. Like, honest to God, he's awesome to watch. But it's, how does he do that? And I think he's high most of the time. I'm pretty sure of it. But anyway, yay him. And because doing this is very meditative. All right, so I want you to see where we're at. Okay. Right? Okay. I don't know what we're going to call her. So I want to define her lips a little bit more. I don't like the way the black is standing out. So I want pink. Oh, my joint's almost done. I'm getting cold and the mosquitoes are out. Okay, that's Irene whining. That's great. Irene whining. Getting cold and being bit. Not good. All right, here we go. Cover it up. Yep. See, I'm prepared. Fine, but I'm prepared. Okay, lips. Pink. So I grabbed a little bit of pink. I'm going to mix it in with that red that I was telling you guys about. Okay, to get a kind of a reddish pinky, and I'm just gonna go in where I kind of left lip space, and all I've done is just kind of put a couple of dots of color, and I'll show you why in a minute. When I take my brush after and I highlight certain areas like so, I want a pink hue there. I don't want pink color. Do you know? Now, normally I would have a cotton button or I'd let it dry on its own, but I kind of dried it a little bit to give you guys the effect. You see? Okay. Now, are you ready? We're going to do eyeballs. All right. They're almost done. This is a little bit tricky. You do want a pointy brush. You want it loaded up in black, solid black. And yeah, you want it as pointy as you can possibly get it. If you need extra eyeballs, I suggest now. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna start on the outside of that zone and make a line. Go up and over the hill and out. Okay, so I want you to see what I did. You guys see that? Up and over the hill and out. Okay. Now the brush I've got is probably and a little bit too thick, but that's okay. I know how to adjust for that. And then you're going to do it under. And I didn't wait, and I should have, because that really sucks. But that's okay. I can deal just like that and like that. Okay. Okay, see where we're at, guys? Oh, can you guys see that? There we go. Oh, there you go. Okay, all right. Now, this guy I was thinking should have blue eyes. What do you guys think? Blue? I think so. All right. I don't know what blue it is. Copenhagen blue. All right. This is a trick I learned in ceramics too. Take the other end of your brush, dip it in the blue or in the dot that you want to make, and stick that in the center. You guys are going to love this. So easy. Get it to it's as large as you want it without covering all of the white. Okay. Ready? Oh, I don't know if you guys get there. You guys get a better picture there. Got it? Good. My arm doesn't want to hang out that long that way. All right. I'm going to fix up that black a little bit because I smeared the paint. All right. You can add a couple of eyelashes. Use a toothpick. It helps accentuate the face. A couple of little wrinkle lines never hurt anybody. At this point, I like to do all of my touching up, adding different colors where I want them, i.e. around the nose and the face. I'm going to blend that in a little bit. I want some highlight up there around the nose. A little bit of brown before that textures up. Okay, like so, and that, and I lost you. Come back here. There. All right. Now, I want to add some facial hair, or some, yeah. And so I'm going to show you in a minute. Because it gives them a depth, and at a distance, his ears, sorry. That red that we were talking about earlier, mix it with a brown, a darker brown, and just do like a little squiggly inside the ear. I did too much of a squiggly there. Anyway, there you go. Okay, so now to add the final depth of color to him is where all of his fur comes in. Really take a stiff brush that's kind of with messed up bristles, so never throw out your brushes until you have no bristles left. See how nice and ununiform that is? And I'm going to go first around his chin, and I'm literally stabbing at it. I don't want perfection here. Nothing about our hair grows naturally. Nothing about fur grows uniformly. You cannot expect it from your creatures. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is your monkey of the evening. And so you just go around and fill in your fur lines, do little squiggles, add some little depth. In the end, you can add just a touch of, I'm going to do a bit here, of white mixed with your color. And the neighbors are home. All right. And there you go, guys. All right. On that note, Peace out. Have a great night. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next week. Ciao for now.